advice for going into this business or any business is, as stated earlier, is you must know your product. You must have some sort of knowledge, compassion, energy for what you do. If you don't, it's a lot more difficult to make it succeed. We farm. My passion is not necessarily farming, but it's my husband's, and he's a great farmer, and he does very well in it. If he didn't have that passion for it, I don't know where we would be. In the same way with my business. If I did not have that passion and, of course, the trust in God that he was going to make it work, I don't know where I would be. It just wouldn't work, because you also have to have people skills, because you are not only dealing with, in my case, the animals, the dogs, but you are dealing with the emotion and the sorrow sometimes of the owners. And there have been times when I've cried with the owners. I've had, just a week ago, a man has been boarding his dogs here for many, many years. He is in the process of moving to South Carolina. And I am an emotional person. I cried. I cried in his arms because he was leaving, and that's how attached I get to not only the animals, but the people. You know, the people are phenomenal, and I think if you start a business and you are compassionate about them and their animals, your business will be a success. And it's just something that, for me, it's worked out because of the farm. It's able to work in with the farm, and the building was here. I just had to fix her up, and God has done the rest. So if you put a lot of work into it, you will reap your harvest. But you can't, in this case here, if I would have just left those horse panels up with welded wire, not so sure I would be as busy as I am. But pay for it as you go. Don't invest a whole lot. I guess this is my advice. Don't invest a whole lot right away to make it beautiful, because if you're in it for the long run, and God will provide, and that's what he's done with me. He's allowed me to upgrade. When I upgrade, I pay for it. Then I think of another thing that I would like to do, and then I pay for that. So everything behind me is all paid for. There is no debt in this business. And I think that's an important strategy. When I first started, though, I had a CD, and that's a kind of a money account, and there was $4,000 in that. I took $3,000 out to get dog food, a few panels, not very many, because at that time I had made my own, and for people to come in, you wanted it to look safe for their dogs. But I chipped away at making it work, and I paid that $3,000 back. That was my first goal. I take tithe money out. I take mission money out. That's probably the main reason I have this, is because I want mission money and I want tithe money so that I can tithe at church. And like I said, I've just given it to God, and it's been a blessing. Like I said, all my bills are paid. I don't have any debt in this business, and it's just been a good fit for me, because I'm not an indoor person, and this allows me to, I can still make my days. If I'm going to go on vacation, I let the people know. I do take October off. I don't have any dogs here, because I believe that the ground needs to rejuvenate itself. Because when you have dogs continually, the ground changes. And so I think October is a good resting time. It's not only for resting time for them, for the ground, it's a resting time for me. And I do take 1 month out of the year out. And I do occasionally take a little vacation, maybe a weekend, and I'm at the point now where I can say, no, I'm not going to be here. When I first started, it wasn't like that. I was trying to make my payments back, and so I didn't take too much time off. I don't pay myself. It's more of a savings account, so that if I want to go do something, or I see something that I'd really like to have, I dip into that, but I also pay it back. So before I dip into it again, it has to be paid back. So it keeps a balance in there of what I set my balance at, what I like to see in there. And so it's always at that level.